This is an English retelling of a YouTube episode done in my language, Bahasa Indonesia. If you are interested in the original episode, you can go to youtube.com/@SamAkechi for the original recording. All dice roll sounds you'll hear throughout this episode is purely for immersion. And now, onto the solitary dice roll. Kulo nuwun everybody, balik maning karo nyonge SamAkechi Dawong Jowo, your solitary dice roller in IRONSWORN Sheila. This episode, or rather this series, will be the retelling of the first season of IRONSWORN Sheila, which was previously done in Bahasa Indonesia, my language, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/SamAkechi. Please check my channel if you are interested in listening to the original. This series will be done entirely in English, and if you hear any sounds of dice roll throughout this episode, it was done for immersion purpose only, because all the roll is already done. So I'm just trying to recreate the atmosphere here. Alright, without further ado, let's start with introduction of the character. So our main character is Sheila. For her stats, I put 1 on her edge, 2 on her heart, 2 on her iron, 1 on her shadow, and 3 on her wits. And for her assets, in IRONSWORN, new character can take 3 assets. So the assets that I've chosen for her are: the first one is Herbalist. With the skill, when you attempt to heal using herbal remedies and you have at least +1 supply, choose one. Decide before rolling. Add +2, or on hit, take or give an additional +1 health. The second asset is combat asset called Skirmisher. If you wield a spear, when you face danger by holding a foe at bay using your spear's reach, roll +iron or +edge. If you score a hit, you may iron, strike if you have initiative, or clash now and add +1. Edge, take +1 momentum. And the third asset is Companion, Hawk. The name of the hawk is Talon. Your hawk can aid you while it is aloft. Far Seeing. When you undertake a journey or when you resupply by hunting for small game, add +1. That is for her stats. So for her character, she is a smart and critical thinker, but timid. She is shy and doesn't really interact with people if she doesn't need to, but under pressure she will display some courageous action, or when it was needed. She is not an eloquent speaker, but she is pure at heart. She is also not a really nimble person, but she has muscle and pretty good with spear. She was taught by her sister, who also a skirmisher. The older sister named Gwen. So Gwen is her companion in this journey. For her descriptor, she is gentle, hard-hearted, and calculating. She is caring but stubborn. She is a dominant type of woman who liked to be in control, thinking what best for Sheila. But she fell ill to mysterious illness. She is the reason why Sheila is timid. Gwen knows herbalism, but not really interested in it. Sheila also have a hawk named Talon, a strong but the hawk is getting old. She also have a teacher, which is an elf named Mitani, a male elf. His descriptor is infamous, conscientious, and insensitive, which I describe as a genius herbalist, a generous person who likes to help people without their consent sometimes, but never asks for reward. He tends to speak whatever on his mind. He is also a researcher, but not many people are accepting his result of his research and considered him a heretic. Some people call him the genius, some people call him the heretic. He stayed in the village for a long time, teaching Sheila and Gwen herbalist, but only Sheila is interested to learn more. So yeah, Mitani stayed on the village for a long time, but some times ago he left the village after finishes teaching Gwen and Sheila, and the reason is he left to pay a debt to someone. And the village that she stayed in is called Redbrook, located on Hinterlands, which is an ugly, windy, and smooth village. I described it as a village on a plain situated on the top of a hill, surrounded by trees below the hill. Main occupation on the village is hunter. Not many people live here. The village is also a stop or a base for traveling hunters from the havens, and merchants also come here periodically. People here is on a friendly term with Sheila's family and offer her help for medication, or at least that's what it seems from the outside. Ever since Gwen fell ill, the villagers has started to avoid her because this illness have similar symptoms to the old world plague. The elders were afraid. And finally, the mysterious illness. This will be the main vow or the beginning vow that she already taken, which will be her reason to go adventure. The mysterious illness. Though the sickness bears some similarities to the old world plague, it doesn't kill its victim. Instead, it changes them. The changes is unknown because not many people have contracted this illness yet, but the initial symptom is turning the victim's skin white, and slowly but surely the white on the skin will spread throughout the body. For the old plague, it will also make the part that turned white to rot and fell off. Basically similar to leprosy in our world. Gwen is still on the early stage of the sickness. And some additional info about the physicality of both. Gwen is taller than Sheila, older by 3 years. She also has a more built body and better at spear. She also proficient in using shield. The next one, and finally, I will explain the bond that she already has. Beginning characters can mark 3 bonds for their initial bonds. In Sheila's case is with Gwen, Mitani, and Talon. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Gwen is already sick for 2 months, and because of that, Sheila's house is avoided by the villagers, even though sometimes they need help, but they choose to not ask because they are afraid to be contracted with the illness that Gwen have. This has been going for 2 months until one day the overseer of Redbrook visits her house with clothing that covers most of her body. Her name is Overseeress Lucia. She is rather old, around 50 years old, and she is suspicious with the sisters. There's a knock on the door, and Sheila opens the door and saw Overseeress Lucia standing behind it. Oh, good morning, overseers. Come, let's go in. Uh, thank you, young Sheila. And how was your sister? Um, yeah, she is still on her bed. In addition to the skin that turns white, she also have fever attack that come from time to time. And at this time, she has a fever. So Sheila will explain, yes, overseer, she has the fever attack right now, but I've already prescribed her some medicine, so I think it'll be alright for her. The overseer will answer, yes, that's good to hear, and she will go and sit down. So Sheila will ask, so overseers Lucia, what is the purpose of you visiting here, or are you need my help or something? And the overseer will answer, no, I am alright, thank you very much, but I want to ask you something. How long do you think Gwen will be sick? Will she recovers from this? Sheila will think for a bit and then she answer, of course she will. I have treated her well according to my teacher's guidance, and I believe she will recover. She has a lot of willpower. And overseers Lucia will interject, no, that's not what I mean. I want to hear the answer not from you as a sister, but from you as a herbalist. How does she fare? Sheila grew silent for a moment, and she will say, honestly, overseer, I do not know. I've never encountered this sickness before, and even the notes that I have from my master didn't have any explanation to this, so I'm not sure. Overseer Lucia, hearing that, will also went silent for a couple of seconds. Then she raised her head, looked at Sheila's eye, and then she said, then I'm afraid I must ask you and Gwen to leave this village. There's a sound inside Gwen's room, a weak sound from a woman that usually looks powerful with strength comparable to men, and she will say, leave? What do you mean leave? Sheila will stand up and rush to her and try to calm her down, which she did quickly because she is currently very weak. And Sheila will come back and talk to the overseer. I'm sorry for that, but what do you mean we must leave? The overseer will answer, it is what I said. Truth to be told, the people of this village is already afraid of you. This settlement is a small settlement, and if one person is sick with contagious illness, it will spread throughout the settlement, and maybe there will be casualties. We don't want that to happen, so I am sorry to say this, but the only way for us to survive is for you to leave. Sheila shocked. Gwen is also shocked, but she cannot do anything in her weakness. And in her confusion, she asked the overseer, Look, if we left, where will we go? What should we do? And what about this village. When someone is sick, who gonna treat them if I'm not here? The overseer will say, you don't need to worry about us, young Sheila. We can take care of ourselves. And also, when you leave, you can take this as a journey to look for your master. Maybe there's something that he didn't wrote in your book, or something that he forgot to teach you. So it's better for you to reach him. But what about Gwen? I cannot leave Gwen here. Wait, don't you mean? Sheila, realizing something, then she asked, do you want Gwen to come with me? Yes, like you said, she has fever attack sometimes, but not all the time. So you can use those peaceful time for you and Gwen to take a journey. And long story short, they have these arguments, but in the end, Sheila cannot win the argument, and she and Gwen have to prepare to go. After the overseer go back to her house, Sheila talks to Gwen, and both of them starts to cry. Gwen starts to blame herself, which Sheila said, no, Gwen, it's not your fault. If you want to blame something, blame the illness. It is not the sin of the patient to contract an illness. You will be alright. I will take care of you. Together, we will find our teacher. And Sheila will take a blade, an iron knife. She will make a small cut on her finger, and she will smear her blood onto the knife, and she will swear an iron vow. So the main vow is to find cure for Gwen. This is already established, so we don't have to swear for it. But this vow that Sheila about to swear is a new vow, which is to find Mitani. It will be a dangerous vow with difficulty level of dangerous. So, swear an iron vow. When you swear upon iron to complete a quest, write your vow and give the quest a rank, which is dangerous. Then roll plus heart. If you make this vow to a person or community with whom you share a bond, add +1. So in this case, Sheila will swear this for Gwen, and she has +2 heart and +1 from her bond with Gwen. Like before, she will take her knife, cut her finger, a little cut, and smear her blood into the knife, while she say, I swear upon the iron on my hand that I will find my master Mitani to seek help from him about this sickness. And the blood on the knife will shine and will be absorbed into the knife. And we will roll for swear an iron vow. I got an action score of 7 and 1 and 5 on the challenge dice, which nets me a strong hit. On a strong hit, you are emboldened and it is clear what you must do next. Ask the oracle if unsure. Take +1 momentum. So our momentum is initially +2. +2 momentum, +5 health, +5 spirit, and +5 supply. And our momentum will increase. We take 2 momentum, +2 momentum, so our momentum will be +4. With strong hit, she knows that Mitani went to the south, into the wide area of the heaven, in the edge of heaven, near the hinterlands where they stay. There's a little town, a little village called Ashby, and she remembered that Mitani told them he will go to Ashby initially. And after that, I don't think they know where Mitani went. So, first thing first is they have to go to Ashby. The next day, when Gwen feels a bit better, she and Sheila pack their belongings. Sheila also put all of her medicine into her backpack. I imagine it's like a box that she can pick up like a backpack, and that box is full of herbal medicine and leaves and a lot of things that she used to cure people, because Herbalist is like a doctor in this world. And after they prepared their clothing, their ration, and of course the herbal, and they called Talon to go with them. I think they embarked from Red Group unceremoniously. Only a few people come to say goodbye, including Overseeress Lucia, and then off they go to Ashby. We will undertake a journey. When you travel across hazardous or unfamiliar lands, set the rank of your journey, which is dangerous journey. On dangerous journey, I mark 2 progress per waypoint. Then for each segment of your journey, roll plus wits. If you are setting off from a community with which you share a bond, add +1 to your initial roll. On undertake a journey, Sheila will roll plus wits. Her wits is 3, so the action die will be +3. She will also use an asset, which is her hawk. Far seeing. When you undertake a journey or when you resupply by hunting for small game, add +1. So Sheila will command Talon to go ahead and scout the area, and we will roll for undertake a journey. Okay, I got a 9 on the action score and 5 and 6 on the challenge dice for strong hit. On a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. If the waypoint is unknown to you and vision it, ask your recall if unsure, then choose one. You make good use of your resources, mark progress. You move at speed, mark progress, and take +1 momentum but suffer -1 supply. I will just mark progress. Mark 1 progress, and I will roll for a waypoint, which is dunes. There's nothing happening in this waypoint, so we will continue with journey. Undertake a journey. I got a weak hit. 6 on the action score, 5 and 6 on the challenge die for a weak hit. On weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress but suffer -1 supply. So my supply is down to 4. And the waypoint will be a high field. There's also nothing happens in this waypoint, so we will roll for another undertaker journey. I got 5 on the action score versus 2 and 9 on the challenge dice for another weak hit. -1 supply, so my supply is down to +3. So Sheila and Gwen have moved for a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days, and I will say because Gwen is sick, Sheila has to use her supply to aid her to reduce the symptoms, to ease her pain. So in this waypoint, which is a enigmatic field, I say this is like some field with tall grass, and they arrive here in the evening with clear stars and a bright moon, a bright half moon. The sun is still low, but you can already see the moon in the sky. That's why it's enigmatic. When they rest, Sheila will tell Gwen, Gwen, I need to go to restock my supply together with Talon. Please sit here and wait for us. Gwen will answer, okay, I will wait here. And so, Sheila will resupply. When you hunt, forage, or scavenge, roll plus wits. And we will also use the talent asset that we have. I will read it again. When you undertake our journey or when you resupply by hunting for small game at +1. So yeah, she will leave the hunting to Talon and she will look forage for some useful herbs for her medicine, and we will roll plus wits, which is +3. I got 9 on the action score, 7 and 10 on the challenge dice for a weak hit. So on a weak hit, take up to +2 supply but suffer +1 momentum for each. Because I need to suffer momentum for each supply, I will only rise my supply 1. So I reduce my momentum to +3 and I will take +1 supply, so I got +4. So after the resupplying is done, they spent a bit more time than planned because it's already dark, and yeah, they continue to forage in the morning, but yeah, they got what they want but not enough to fill their luggage full, but that will do. So they will continue to take this journey. So another undertaking journey. I got a 10 on the action score and I got 1 and 10 on the challenge dice for a weak hit. Action score that match with challenge die will always go to the challenge die. So 10 is the highest number that I can roll. It's also the same number in the challenge die. So yeah, if you got 10, matching 10, then yeah, you lost. But because the other dice is 1, which is the lowest number on the D10, that means a weak hit. So I suffer -1 supply. Gwen start to lose her spirit. Seeing Sheila has to work hard, she start to lose her spirit. Sheila, I don't think I can go on. Maybe you should go by yourself. I will go back to Red Brook and ask them if I can stay for a little longer. And Sheila will say, no, please, Gwen, you are not a burden for me. She know what Gwen is thinking, that's why she said that. You are not a burden, Gwen. And I do all of this because I love you as a sibling. You are my sister, my older sister, and I'm doing all of this not of obligation or of duty, but out of love as a family. But please, Ashby is already close. Please be strong. And here, I made you a herbal drink. Please take this. This will make you stronger. This will make you feel better. And Sheila will compel her. Compel. When you attempt to persuade someone to do something, envision your approach and roll. If you charm, pacify, barter, or convince, roll plus heart. At +1 if you share a bond. Threaten or incite, roll plus iron. Lie or swindle, roll plus shadow. I guess this will be to convince, so we will roll plus heart. And because we're convincing Gwen, which we share a bond, we also add +1, so roll +2 +1 for compel. I got 7 on the action score and 5 and a 2 on the challenge dice for strong hit. On strong hit, they'll do what you want or share what they know. Take +1 momentum. If you use this to gather information, make that move now and add +1. We are not gathering information, so we'll just take +1 momentum, which will return our momentum to +4. Okay, so Gwen was touched with Sheila's speech and she take the herbal drink and drink it. Maybe it's a placebo effect or maybe the drink is really that effective. She feels better instantly. Thank you, Sheila. I'm proud to be your sister. And know this, I love you too. You are my only sister in this world, my only family member. So I will trust your judgment and I will follow you. And they will rest there for a while, and the next morning they will continue with the journey. I got an 8 on the action score and a 7 and an 8 on the challenge die for a weak hit. -1 supply. I really need to resupply at this point. So Sheila will once again send Talon to forage for food while she looks for herbal medicine. I think Gwen will also help with commanding Talon. She feels a bit better after what happened last time. So we will roll for resupply. I got 7, another 7 on the action score, and 5 and a 6 on the challenge dice for a strong hit. On strong hit, you bolster your resources. Take +2 supply, which will take our supply to +4. Yay! Not bad. Okay, so because we have filled all of our progress bar, all 10 boxes, we will roll for reach your destination, which is a progress move, which means we only roll the challenge dice and compare it with our progress. Our progress is full 10 boxes, so we will roll the 2 d10 to see what we got. I got an 8 and a 6 on the challenge die compared to 10 progress, which nets us a strong hit. On a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you. Choose one. Make another move now, not a progress move, and add +1, or take +1 momentum. I will take a momentum, which make our momentum a +5. They reach the village of Ashby. So what kind of village is this? We don't know yet, but I will end this episode here, similar to how I ended in the YouTube video. Thank you so much for listening. This episode is actually episode 1 and 2 on the YouTube combined, so I think this will be a long episode. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone for listening, and I will see you in the next solitary dice roll. Punten.